How much goodwill do you have in your community? I believe this is absolutely critical, and the reason is people like to do business they know, like, and trust. The more people who know, like, and trust you, the more goodwill you actually have built up in your community. So the goal of any business is to keep your goodwill high throughout the year. Then, once or twice a year, you can actually make a big ask. And that ask can be a game changer. So Gary Vaynerchuk calls this jab, 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 right hook. Some of you might have heard that before. So really, you should be engaging with your audience, bonding with your audience, providing goodwill to your audience with interesting and engaging content. You should be giving 75% of the time at least. And you've probably heard me talk about this before. But obviously, every once in a while, you have to make an ask. Every once in a while, you throw in that right hook and you ask for something from your audience. This is both an art and a science that a lot of business owners haven't really mastered. And to be honest, I haven't been perfect with this either. One of the things I really enjoy is breaking down frameworks, not only so I can show you those frameworks, but also it helps me learn. I genuinely believe a lot of you are way better at creating valuable content than you think. We all have little nuggets of information in our heads that's valuable to our audience. We just undervalue what we actually know. We assume people know a lot more than they actually do, when the reality is all these little quick tips that you have in your head as an expert in your field, you could be breaking those down into little sound bites or bite-sized chunks, and that could be providing value to your audience. Where some people run into a problem is they actually suck at making the ask and taking what they deserve from their clients for serving them at the highest level. Many business owners actually do great at creating goodwill in the first place. They're just not very good at actually making the ask thereafter and actually selling something that they know is actually valuable. And then they suddenly change gears. And I know this because this actually happened to me. I started making more content with the intention to sell than the intention to just add value. I was actually following some people I really shouldn't have been, and I think we're all guilty of doing that from time to time. I've recognized this with myself, but also a lot of real estate agents on Facebook, on YouTube, and especially on Instagram. The problem is you can rapidly deplete your goodwill if all you're doing is selling left, right, and center. And you go from being what was once considered cool to being kind of just a nuisance and losing trust with your audience, which is really hard to rebuild. The problem is when your right hooks are weak, they're not enough for you to actually make money from your business and sustain yourself. So then you increase the frequency of your right hooks, and this leads to a vicious cycle which rapidly depletes your goodwill. So what's the solution to this? Well, the solution is when you make a right hook, make sure it's a strong one. Make sure if you decide to sell, you're gonna sell. And if you're good at sales, a lot of people will actually respect you for that, especially when you're in a business like real estate where it's your job to sell their house. If you can impress them with having a great right hook and actually selling them on you, they're gonna trust you a little bit more to actually sell their property. Especially if you've spent a lot of time up into that point offering and delivering them value, they're gonna feel a little bit obligated to you. But I know some of you are kind of worried out there, like, what if they hate me? What are they gonna do if I am kind of too salesy, right? You might even think they ask, hey, where's the Eric that I know? So it's important if you feel that way that right after you're done your right hook, make sure you go straight back to adding more value. People are not stupid. They know you're in a business to make money. They know you're in a business to sell yourself. They're not going to be offended if you take the time to sell if you've already taken a lot of time to add value. And that's the important point I want to make, is a lot of people spend all of their time just asking for the sale and selling, and that's when you get commission breath. And some other people spend all their time just adding value and they actually forget to make that ask or that right hook. And this all starts by understanding the Goodwill Bank. If you have a really solid Goodwill Bank built up constantly, you're able to make these jabs and right hooks and ask for referrals and ask for sales and ask people for things. When you've offered people a lot of value and they've learned a lot from you, they're usually willing to reciprocate. It's a very human trait. When you give, people feel an obligation to give back. But if you're constantly just spending all of your goodwill, you're pretty destined to probably go broke. So be smart and manage your goodwill correctly. My name is Eric Preston, founder and CEO of Agent Launch. We help real estate agents build client acquisition systems that they own. If you're interested in working with us and getting in touch, head to agentlaunch.com/apply. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you want to get more of our content every single week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.